Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, Gervonta Davis says that Devin Haney rehydrates to middleweight, says that he no knuckles, what he say, no knuckle, pillow faced it, but rehydrate 24 pounds and still can't give his opponents a nosebleed. So let's talk about it. Shout out to Box News Playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Said it on social media. My thing is this: if you ain't gonna walk the walk, why keep talking about it? That's all you want to know. He said people look up to him, people jocking his style, and I seen on All Access where he said he's an all-time great. You don't believe that bullshit, do we? Do we? Just being real. You know, if he said, "Oh, I come from the streets," well, you know, if you come from the streets, if you're gonna talk it, you gotta walk it. Real talk. If you talk it, you're gonna have to walk it. You know, you don't even want to let, you know, Ryan Garcia rehydrate. It's not illegal. If you can make the weight, it ain't no debate. Well, I ain't gonna weigh in at 180, and why would I do that? It'd be stupid. Like, bro, you have no confidence. You can't fool me. I've been watching boxing too long. You have no confidence that you can really beat these guys, because if you can beat them, then what you need to put asterisks by what you're doing. If he can make 136 and go up to 199, so be it. So be it. Fucking Chavez Jr. came in a heavyweight versus Sergio Martinez, and Martinez still handled his business. He still handled his business. That's part of the game. Y'all trying to alter the rules and change the rules and change how the game is played because y'all don't have the confidence that you can win. I don't care. I always say if he can make the weight, there's no debate. You know, in a part of cutting all that weight and rehydrating, that don't make you a true middleweight. Well, that don't make you anymore. It has its ups and it has its pros and its cons. When you rehydrate that much, the pros are you can absorb punishment a lot better. You know what I'm saying? You bigger, strong. You kind of feel stronger and you physical in there. And you can, you know, but you don't get the full benefit as if you were walking around at 160 or 170, whatever you rehydrate, 140, 150. You don't get that real comfortability. So it's kind of like filling a treasure chest up with half sand and the rest of it, you know, gold or jewelry. Or 75% of it is sand and it's a little bit of jewelry on top. It's fool's gold. Some of it is fool's gold. Because the cons of it is, of course, you could take punishment better, but guess what happened? If you go out there right now and you can run a mile, and run a track, or you run a mile up the street, come back the way you are, cool. Now go try putting a 24-pound weight vest on, a 30-pound weight vest, and running a mile and coming back. It's going to be extremely more difficult for you to run that mile for the average person. So when you put that weight on, you're more sluggish. And it does not cure you of all the damage the weight cut does. It does not. Even you put that weight back on, you're not going to be as live as you're going to be. You're not going to be as explosive as you really can be. You know what I'm saying? And you're probably not even going to punch as hard as you should be, because guess what? You're sluggish. Putting all that weight on in a short amount of time, you're not sluggish. You're not going to be firing on all cylinders. Like I told you, it has its pros and it has its cons. And how people look at it as an advantage is really got a lot of dangerous disadvantage, especially long term. So even if he do hydrate 10, 20, 24 pounds, he's not the same or as efficient as he would be if he walked around at that weight normally. All the weight cut, all the draining the water out your body, you can't put all that shit back on and reap all the benefits. So, like I said, everybody think bigger, rehydrating for the fight. That shit, you know, it don't make you punch faster. It make you absorb punishment better. You're able to absorb punishment, lay on guys, stuff of that nature. That's the difference. But you're not going to be as fast as you truly can be. You're not gonna be as live and as twitchy as you truly can be. You're not. You're not. And all your conditioning probably not gonna be where it really should be So it's a dangerous game, cutting and gaining. It's a dangerous game. A lot of people think, oh, I'm bigger. So when you're younger, you can get away with it. That's why I don't see why, how body work became a lost art in the sport of boxing. Because you got guys that's struggling to cut weight, that's gaining all this weight. First thing you're going to do is just break them down to the body. That's the first thing you should do. Just break them down to the body. But Gervonta always got something to say, but don't plan on fighting nobody. And then when he plan on talking about fighting dudes and critiquing dudes, he already got a fight signed. That's what I don't like about it. You can say he a troll. Niggas grown as hell, bro. All he do is he quiet as hell when he ain't got no opponent in front of him. But that's all he do is talk shit that he don't plan on backing it up. Care if you from Baltimore, DC, New York City, the Bronx, Philadelphia, Toledo, wherever you from. You're gonna talk shit, you gotta bag it up. You gotta critique people like you ain't on their level. You are on that level, if not lower. So you're not the Godfather. You ain't the James Brown in this shit. You ain't Bobby Brown, the king of R&B, dude. You ain't the pound for pound king. And fighting Ryan Garcia ain't gonna get you no respect respect amongst hardcore boxing fans. It ain't gonna get you no respect. Went out the little bit of respect you probably could do for getting Garcia the fuck out of boxing. When you had to tie his hands behind his back, it went out the window. It went out the window. It went out the window. You couldn't just beat him how you could just beat him. People say, man, he went up to 144 because Barrios was drained. It's always a caveat. He had like people don't know. It's always a caveat when he fighting, bro. And people say, Tony Bailey said he's the biggest puncher since Prince Hassim Ahmed. Proving what? Like, what does that, how do you prove you a great puncher when you ain't fought nobody? You notice when dudes step up in competition, the knockouts stop. The power on the elite level, the power is not as big a factor as people make it to seem, because people are infatuated with power. It's like having a large engine. But at the end of the day, power is overrated. What'll start happening when you start fighting guys, you hit them, they're not going to crumble, they hit you back. Or guys, when you get to that top level, bro, you rarely see people going on long knockout streaks when you fighting real top 7, top 10 contenders, top 5 contenders, top 3 contenders. And when you really start seeing guys fight top guys, you don't really see knockouts happen like that. Maybe outside the heavyweight division at one point. Everybody durable, everybody good, everybody great, everybody can do something great. When you fighting dudes in the upper echelon in the division in boxing, that power is not a factor. I think conditioning becomes more of a factor. I think defense is more of a factor. I think footwork is more of a factor. They make power, and power is important. Don't get it tripping. Don't get me. It's important. It can bail you out of some situations. But when you fighting, when you fight lower level guys, of course. What happens if you start fighting dudes who just not going to be submissive to your power? You know what I'm saying? What happens when you fighting guys who just not going to just, go with the pallbearer and just, let the pallbearer drop them off? What happens when you fight dudes that can take it and put it back on you? What happened when Tank got to close the fight out in the championship rounds 10, 11, 12, and he got to push? We don't fucking know. So, he trying to establish himself as one of the 10 best fighters in the world. Like, bro, you're not fighting the guys to establish yourself as one of the 10 best fighters in the world. You got to fight guys to be pound for pound. Without fighting upper echelon, top level opponents or cleaning out divisions and making guys look like nobodies, you don't have a leg to stand on. So him critiquing people is like a preschooler critiquing everybody in the preschool class and he can't read neither. You ain't doing nothing spectacular. You fighting Ryan Garcia is just a money grab that y'all really was trying to avoid by putting all these caveats in there. And it's a lose-lose for you. You get money, but You don't get respect. You don't get pound for beating a dude who ducked title fights and title eliminators. Stick to talking about Ryan Garcia and what the fuck he ain't doing. And talk to us when you get your life together. You beat Ryan Garcia. You get out of the penitentiary and don't come out and fight another Garcia, fight another Hector, fight another Rodriguez. Nah, man. I want to see that Shakur Stevenson energy, Devin Haney energy, Lomachenko energy, Regis Progress energy of Conor being back, bounce back you have for him. I want to see that type of energy. He run his mouth too much and don't never do shit. And none of his fans hold him accountable. You know, he rehydrates this high, and that's just that. And him saying that is his way of telling y'all that he ain't fighting Devin Haney. Motherfucker scary to me, bro. That's how I look at it. He's scary as hell. That's his way of saying that he ain't fighting Devin Haney. He ain't getting no shot. That's exactly what the fuck that's what he's saying. That's what instead of just going out there beating the kid ass and shoving it down his throat and telling him, I told you so. Going out there whooping Shakur Stevenson ass, tell his ass, I told you so. And then doing the proper steps to being a star. Stop. Instead of these niggas love to talk about it so much because social media made people comfortable as far as talking about it. But you put these niggas in the same room with each other, the energy is going to be different. With none but space and opportunity, no security, no teacher, no daddies, no trainers, and the energy is going to be totally different. Totally different. Dude just talk. That's it. But hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Shout out to Box News Playlist. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. One time for the one time. Goodfella TV. Peace.